Good morning, boys. Let us solve some problems on projectile motion. Yesterday we have solved some problems. Today also we will solve some problems on projectile motion. Let us see one simple problem. What is the angle of projection at which horizontal and maximum height are equal? What is the angle of projection at which horizontal range and maximum height are equal? Very simple problem. You can see here I have drawn a schematic diagram. What is the angle of projection for which h, maximum height, and the range are equal? So let us first write the equation for r and the equation for h. We have r is equal to v naught square sin 2 theta naught by g, and h is equal to the maximum height. H is equal to v naught square sin square theta naught by 2g. The condition is both of them are equal. Then you are asked to find out what is the value of theta. Equate them. V naught square sin 2 theta naught by g is equal to v naught square sin square theta naught by 2g. So g cancels, v naught square cancels, and you can write sin 2 theta naught as earlier we have done as 2 sin theta naught cos theta naught by, okay, g is cancelled now, is equal to 2 sin theta naught cos theta naught is equal to sin square theta naught by 2. Now 1 sin theta cancels here. We can see here 1 sin theta getting cancelled with 1 sin theta. Therefore, take this cos theta naught to the right hand side and 2 to the left hand side. Thus, you can write sin theta naught by cos theta naught sin theta naught by cos theta naught is equal to 4. So this implies tan theta naught is equal to 4. So from this we can find out what is the value of theta naught. Tan theta naught is equal to 4. Therefore, theta naught is equal to tan inverse of 4. Tan inverse of 1 is 45. So tan inverse of 4 will be definitely more than 45 degree. So if you refer the table, you will get the angle to be 75.76. 75.76 degree. So thus, if the projectile is projected with an angle of 75.76 degree, then its both horizontal range and the maximum height are going to be equal. Now let us see another problem. Okay, now let us solve another problem. A bomb is fired from a cannon. A bomb is fired from a cannon at an angle of projection 30 degree with the horizontal. It hits the ground 3 km away. When it is fired with 30 degree of angle of projection, it can hit the ground 3 km away from that position. By adjusting its angle of projection, can one hope to hit a target 5 km away? By suitably adjusting the angle of projection, can it be possible to hit the target 5 km away? Assume the muzzle speed of that bomb coming out of that muzzle is constant. The muzzle speed is constant, and neglect the air resistance. In both the cases, the speed is not changing. That's the meaning. and air resistance is neglected. Let us solve this problem. Here range is given. For 30-degree angle of projection, range is 3 km. So if it is possible to hit at 5 km, then it should have a maximum range. So if we calculate maximum range becomes maximum if the angle of projection is 45 degree. If the angle of projection becomes 45 degree, then the range becomes maximum. So if we calculate with the same speed, if we calculate the maximum range, then we will come to know whether will it be able to cover this 5 km range or not. This is the interesting problem. Okay, see here I have drawn simple diagram. If the bomb is fired with an angle of 30 degree with a certain muzzle speed, say V0, it covers a range of 3 km. This is given. R is equal to 3 km, that is 3000 meter. And we know equation for range. R is equal to V0 square sin 2 theta naught by G. Sin 2 theta naught by G. Now range is given and angle is given. Angle is 30 degree. Let us substitute this. If you substitute this, then it becomes 3000 is equal to V0 square by G into sin 2 into 30. Sin 2 into 30 becomes sin 60. And we know what is the value of sin 60. So V0 square into root 3 by 2. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. V0 square by G into root 3 by 2. Now this is the given condition. Can it be possible by changing this angle of projection to cover a range of 5 km? So maximum possible range for a given initial velocity is when the angle of projection is 45 degree. When theta naught is equal to 45 degree, then R becomes R max. What is equation for R max? Therefore, R max is equal to, see here, sin 2 into 45. Again, sin 90. Sin 90 becomes 1. So, R max becomes V0 square upon G into 1. V0 square upon G into 1. So, if we know V0 square upon G, then we will get the maximum range that it can cover. And then we will come to know whether it will be able to hit target at a range of 5 km or not. So from this above equation, V0 square by G, we can calculate V0 square by G from this. Take this to this side and root 3 to the left hand side. So it becomes, okay, I will write once again, root 3 by 2 V0 square by G, root 3 by 2 V0 square by G is equal to 3000. Therefore, V0 square by G is equal to 2 into 3000 divided by root 3. So you can make it still simple. 2 into root 3 into 1000 divided by root 3. So root 3 cancels. So we know what is the value of root 3, 1.714. 1.714. So if you substitute that, 2 into 1.714 into 1000. So this becomes the answer. So 1000, 3 zeros cancel with this decimal. So it becomes 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2, 2 7s are 14, carry 1, 2 1s are 2 plus 1 3, 3428 meter, 3428 meter. It means our maximum range that it can cover is V0 square by G, that is calculated as 3.428 kilometer. 3.428 kilometer, which is quite less than 5 kilometer. So we will not be able to hit the target which is at 5 kilometer away. So it will not be able to cover target which is at 5 kilometer unless you increase the speed. So if you calculate the speed at this given condition for 3 kilometer of range, the velocity comes out to be about 184 meter per second. 184 meter per second. So if you increase the speed and have this condition of maximum range, angle of projection 45, then only it is possible to have a range of 5 km. So without increasing the speed it is not possible, because maximum range that is possible for this given speed V0 is 3.428 km. Thus it will not be able to cover 5 km of range. Let us consider a very interesting projectile. If the object is thrown horizontally, in the previous case we have seen the object is thrown with certain angle with the horizontal, with some oblique angle. Now if the angle of projection is 0, derive an expression for path of a projectile, fired parallel to the horizontal. If the projectile is fired, if it is shot parallel to the horizontal from certain height, how will be its path, and derive an equation for path of a projectile fired parallel to the horizontal. Here if you see from the diagram, the angle of projection is 0. Angle of projection is the angle made by the projectile with respect to horizontal. So with respect to horizontal, if you see, angle of projection is 0. Then how to calculate horizontal distance covered? It will have x coordinate as well as y coordinates. As the time elapses, it will have x coordinate as well as y coordinates dependent on time t. Then how to calculate the x component at any given instant of time t? Then we have to use second equation of motion. If you remember second equation of motion, x is equal to V0 x t plus half ax t square. Same equation we are going to use. V0 x t plus half ax t square, where x is the distance covered at any time t. Displacement at any time t. So here V0 x is equal to V naught itself, where V naught is the initial velocity with which it is thrown parallel to the ground. It is thrown along the horizontal. So angle of projection is 0. Initial velocity is V naught. So if you take V naught x as V naught cos theta naught, so theta naught is 0. So cos theta naught becomes 1. So V naught x becomes equal to V naught. That's it. So we have to substitute V naught here. Then we have to substitute ax. One of the important thing about the projectile is that the horizontal component of acceleration, x component of acceleration is 0. So this second equation, second term becomes 0. Therefore, we get x is equal to v naught into t. X is equal to v naught into t. If you want to calculate the total range, if range is r and time taken to fall to the ground is capital T, then we can calculate range. Thus, range r, when x becomes equal to r, small t becomes equal to capital T, where t is the time taken to fall to the ground. So r becomes equal to v naught into t, where t is time of fall. So this is, let us call this equation as 1. Then what is the depth? What is the depth that it is going to cover? So to calculate that depth, we have to calculate y components. As we have calculated x component, similarly we can calculate y coordinate using the same second equation of motion. So y component becomes v naught y into t minus half gt square. Why it is minus half gt square? I have told you already. The x component of projectile is 0. Y component of projectile is minus g. Here, y component of projectile ay is equal to minus g. Therefore, it becomes half into minus g into t square. So minus half gt square. And what about v naught y? V naught y is 0 because there is no y component of velocity here at all. Y component of velocity is 0 because the projectile is fired horizontally with 0 angle of projection. So v naught y is 0. Why? V naught y, we know that it is v naught into sin theta naught. V naught into sin theta naught. So if theta naught is 0, then v naught into sin 0 becomes 0. Therefore, v naught y is 0. Thus, y becomes 0 minus half gt square. That implies y is equal to minus half gt square. But remember here, if you take this one as origin, then x will take positive value, y will take negative value. It will take negative value. Therefore, I can take this one also as minus y. So minus y is equal to minus half gt square because it is along the negative y axis. Therefore, we have to take it as a depth. So minus y is equal to minus half gt square. This implies y is equal to half gt square. Now equation for this path. What is the equation for the path? Just substitute the value of t. If you substitute the value of t from equation 1, what is value of t? T is equal to v naught by x. T is equal to v naught by x. Substitute it in this equation. Therefore, y becomes equal to half g into v naught by x whole square. V naught by x whole square can be written as v naught square divided by x square. So, thus we get, I think, yes, it is x by v naught. So, thus it becomes x by v naught. So, thus half g into x square by v naught square. So, this you can write it as minus g by 2 v naught square into x square. So, this equation y into constant. See, g is acceleration due to gravity, which is constant. V naught is the velocity with which the projectile is thrown. So, v naught is also constant. So, g by 2 into v naught square, entire thing becomes constant. So y is equal to minus of this constant to x square. This is also an equation for a parabola. Therefore, the trajectory is parabola. Trajectory means the path. The path traversed by a projectile is called as trajectory. Therefore, the trajectories or path traversed is parabola, or you can say parabolic trajectory. So this is how we can get the equations. Now one interesting thing that we need to note down is that the depth covered is minus half gt square. The depth covered from certain height is minus half gt square. So y is equal to half gt square. Let us take y is equal to half gt square. If you look at it, if any object is thrown from same depth, then it will reach the ground by taking same time, irrespective of its initial velocity. That is interesting thing. If an object is thrown with 2 meter per second, 2 meter per second, and another object if it is thrown with 4 meter per second, of course their ranges will be different. 2 meter per second object will cover smaller range, 4 meter per second object will be covering longer range, but the time taken to fall through same depth is same. This is interesting because time taken t square is equal to 2h by g. Right here, t square is equal to 2y by g. So if you take in general y as h, then it becomes 2h by g. Therefore, t is equal to square root of 2h by g. If you recall this equation is same as time of fall for a freely falling body from the same height. Is it not? Just see, this equation we have derived earlier also for a freely falling body. Time taken to reach the ground from certain height h is given by square root of 2h by g. So one more thing, please note down. Time taken by a horizontally thrown projectile and time taken by a freely falling body from the same height is same, because the depth y component, the depth h is same, irrespective of the speed with which you are throwing. The time taken to reach the ground by a freely falling body and by an object which is thrown horizontally by an angle of projection theta naught equal to 0, both will take same time to reach the ground. This is very interesting thing that you should note down, so that this concept will be helpful while solving the numerical problem. Time taken to reach the ground is independent of initial velocity with which it is thrown. Time taken to reach the same depth is independent of initial velocity. Based on this, we will solve simple problem. Okay, let us look at this problem of horizontally thrown projectile. Two objects A and B are thrown horizontally with speeds 5 meter per second and 7 meter per second respectively. A is with 5 meter per second and B is thrown with 7 meter per second respectively. If the distance between the points that hit the ground, is 6 meter, then find the distance of A where it strikes the ground from the base. So, again listen to the problem. two objects A and B are thrown horizontally with speeds 5 meter per second and 7 meter per second respectively. Let us take those objects as A and B. A is with the 5 meter per second and B is thrown with 7 meter per second. So definitely B will cover longer range and A will cover shorter range. And the distance between the points where they hit the ground is given 6 meter. Then you are asked to find the distance of A where it strikes the ground. Somewhere it may be here from the base. This is the base. Now when such problem is given, first of all you have to understand the problem clearly. Then visualize the problem. To visualize the problem you have to draw a diagram. So if you draw the correct diagram, visualization will be good. Then you will get a clue how to solve the problem. So if it is moving with 7 meter per second horizontally, it will cover a longer distance. It will cover a longer distance. So it is going to hit here. So this I will mark it as B. And this is with 5 meter per second. So it will cover shorter distance. Suppose this is point A. The distance between these two is given 6 meter. Distance between these two is given 6 meter. The question is find the distance of A where it strikes the ground from the base. Distance of A from the base. You are asked to find out this distance. Let us take this distance as x. X of A. What is the value of x? This is the question. Now to solve this problem, remember that both of these objects are dropped or thrown. Both of these objects are thrown from same height, same platform. Then time taken to reach the ground is same. That's how just now I told you. If t is the time taken for A, t will be same for even B. Then the distance covered by A becomes 5 times t. Because the distance covered, if it is x, we know horizontal distance covered x is equal to u naught t, that is v naught t. X, I will write that of A is equal to v naught t. V naught of A into t. We can write VA into t. VA into t, that becomes 5t. So this is x of A. Then what is the distance of B? Displacement of B will be equal to 7 times t, because its initial velocity is 7. So its initial velocity is 5. So 7 times t, that becomes this distance. You can call this one as x dash. If you call this one as x dash, then x dash becomes 7 times t. The given in the problem, it is given the distance between these 2 points where they hit the ground. X dash minus x is given. That is AB. It is given 6 meter. Therefore, we can write 7t minus 5t equal to 6. This implies 7t minus 5t equal to 6. Once you get 7t minus 5t equal to 6, then this implies 2t equal to 6. Therefore, t is equal to 3 seconds. So time taken to reach the ground by both A and B is 3 seconds. Now you can very easily calculate what is x. Therefore, from the knowledge of horizontally fired projectile, distance x is equal to v naught into t, as VA is 5 into t, that becomes 5 into 3, 50 meter. Similarly, x dash can be calculated as 7 into t. 7 into 3 becomes 21. That of B, the horizontal range covered will be 21 meter, and that of A, it is 15 meter. The question is only of that of A. You can verify. For B it becomes 21. So that 21 minus 6 becomes 15. or 15 plus 6 becomes 21. That's how we can verify. When such problems are given, first understand the problem clearly, then visualize the problem, then apply the concept that you have learned. Don't suddenly rush for searching the formula. It will hardly take 30 seconds to solve such problems. Okay? Now search for such different types of problems, solve them. If you find difficulty, please ask me the doubts so that we will discuss in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day.